Shear and Leverett. It's been their starting five most of the season. Kentucky controls the tip, and they get it right to Maddie Shear, who is another one that Kentucky expects big things in this game.
And Maddie Shear is one of those players who can really control the game. She's got a great outside shot, and she's going to need to score tonight.
Jada Walker goes right to the basket and lays it in off the glass with the left hand. She is not afraid at a small stature to go in there into the paint and go up against 6'5" and 6'7" underneath. And Kentucky starts out in the zone. So the 2-3 zone for the Wildcats. That's Boston. Misses her first shot, but gets the rebound and puts it back up and in. And that's what you cannot afford is offensive rebounds.
Boston, you know, South Carolina, yes, they're going to shoot the basketball, but if you can find a way to block them out and get the rebound and run, Kentucky's going to have a shot.
Boston at 6'5", 2022 National Player of the Year. You recognize most of these names because they've been around. It's a very experienced team that South Carolina has. Blair Green, another big shooter, and she misses straight away from the three. Here's Dawn Staley, Hall of Famer, 16-0 this year. In 15 years, she's won 382 games. She's lost 105. That is unbelievable. Three-time gold medalist in the Olympics, two-time national championship coach. She is something else.
Yes, she is one of the best coaches in college basketball right now.
They go right to the middle to Saxton. She drops it down low. And again, a beautiful pass to the middle of the lane. And that drop down is pretty tough to beat.
It really is. Aliyah Boston is so big. Kentucky's really going to have to try to find a way to not let her get the ball.
You know, you and I were talking about this. Blocking out, doesn't matter how big you are. It's all positioning as Walker goes to the basket and lays it in again off the glass.
Great take by Walker. And I really like to see Kentucky attacking the basket and not being afraid of South Carolina's long defense.
So we played 2 minutes, and Kentucky has gone toe-to-toe so far. There's the drop down again, and off the glass. Beautiful shot there by Victoria Saxton.
And I like the zone defense by Kentucky right now, but they really have to make South Carolina shoot outside shots.
Shear misses a little strong on that three, and here comes South Carolina running again. Ahead it goes to Beal. She's going to kick it back out, and they'll start the offense all over again. This is Saxton out front. Kentucky stays in the man-to-man. Drop down again to Boston. She gets position. She is just so good with her footwork.
No, she really is. And for being how big she is, to be able to move her feet like that, it's something she's really had to work on over the past years.
Benton's three is going to be short. We just showed you Kyra Elsie. And Kyra, of course, was a great player in her own right. Tennessee, something else. Here's Beal. Nice dribble inside to Saxton. They might call the foul here on Benton. They do. Cooke, and they're going to get Benton with another quick foul. Already on the bench for the Cats with 2 fouls. Cooke, a 78.5% free throw shooter. And she knocks them both down. This is their last 2 shots. In South Carolina, it's strictly a man team, and Walker for the 3rd time goes right out of the rack and lays it in off the glass.
And you know, that was one of my keys to the game for Kentucky, is just not being afraid and attacking.
So you're really taking away from the offense and not really punishing the defense.
Yes, and that foul was able, or leads to Kentucky being able to set up their defense.
Yep. Nice defense there. Shot clock down to 1, just getting it away, and it drops in for Cooke. And that's one of those situations where she couldn't pass it at that point. So she just gathered herself and kicked it in off the glass. Shear's 12-footer is good. Without Benton in the game, you're losing that 17-point. Shear really has to step up.
Yes, she does, and beautiful shot by her. Now let's see if Kentucky can get a stop on the defensive end.
Well, almost did there. Saxton can't get it to go, and it kicks out right back to Cooke. Off of Fletcher, back to Fletcher again. Kentucky still playing one-on-one. Boy, nicely done there. Dropped it inside. They saw the mismatch inside to Boston. This South Carolina offense, almost every time goes inside out. Jada Walker averaging just 10 a game. I say just because she has been known to explode in the mid-20s. She's got that kind of firepower.
And like you said earlier, with Benton on the bench, Shear and Walker have to step up this game.
Boston back to Fletcher. They kick it back out. Again, shot clock going down. Boston's got it with 1 on the shot clock, and he dropped it in. It's 2 times in a row. You know, the entire shot clock, and they score with 1 second left. Aliyah gets it blocked away inside. Should have gone straight to the basket that time. Way outside to Saxton. Boy, Cooke.
Zia Cooke with the moves.
Cambridge all the way back the other way into the paint. She'll step back 3. No good off the back iron. And Kentucky controls the rebound. Shear with the 3, and Maddie Shear knocks down the first 3 for the Wildcats.
Shear, an open 3 to try to get her going. Walker, keep attacking the paint.
So now Petty comes into the game for the Wildcats. It gives them some good size inside. She's a 6'3" junior, and that is her on the defensive end. And boy, just Camila Cardoso has just got great size at 6'7". Jenkins with 4 on the shot clock gets blocked away, and out of bounds it goes. But Kentucky's going to have to get this and get it in quickly and get a shot off.
And that's the thing. Early on, Kentucky attacking the basket, getting easy layups. Now South Carolina realizes that. They're sliding some people over, so you have to realize when to jump stop and make that extra pass.
Boy, Shear, catch and shoot, done to perfection there from 16 feet on the baseline. Kentucky stays within 5. So now into the game for South Carolina, Ashlyn Watkins, the freshman. Tell you about her in just a bit. Walker gives it off to Petty. Nice drop down. She goes under the basket, and she's fouled. So this will be just her 3rd attempt of the year.
And to stay with South Carolina, the #1 team in the country, you're going to have to make your free throws.
Yep.
Yes, she is. And that's one thing. I mean, Aliyah Boston goes to the bench. South Carolina just brings in another big, and they keep going in the paint.
Boy, Aliyah ties up Watkins inside, and it'll go to Kentucky. We talked about how, as a big, you want to keep that ball above your shoulders to not allow the smaller players to get in there.
Yes, especially when you have the height advantage like South Carolina does. South Carolina's player coming over, she kind of gave a little hesitation move and drew the foul nicely.
Bree Hall, the guard out of Dayton, Ohio, one of their better defenders on the ball, and they put her on Walker, but it does not phase her. She goes right to the basket. 1 of 2, and she's going to run down the loose ball. And she'll try it again. How she got that shot off, I'll never know. And again, Cardoso couldn't handle that pass. And look at Walker and Cambridge laughing like Cambridge would have said, man, I don't know how you got that off the rim.
No, if she would have made that, the crowd would have gone wild.
Yes. So Kentucky will hold here for the final shot of this quarter. Just 8 left on the shot clock for Walker. Now she's in trouble with 4 on the shot clock. Cambridge is going to have to take the shot here. And she didn't get it away in time. That was hard anyway, but Kentucky hanging around with South Carolina. So the Wildcats score 17. They trail by 3. Inside out game. This is Johnson. Little reverse layup will not fall, and here comes Kentucky the other way. Ooh, they had Cambridge, and Jada Walker didn't see her in time. Double team. That's where you want it. Petty, nice drop down to Leveretter. Leveretter puts it in.
Pull their post players out and make the easy layup.
Well, look how she follows her shot, and Leveretter knocks it away, and Petty picks it up. Nice play there by Nia Leveretter for the Wildcats. Knew she couldn't get the rebound, so she just tapped it to her teammate.
Yes. And that's unusual, though, for South Carolina to get that offensive rebound and miss that putback. So Kentucky got lucky on that one.
And they're going to get Boston right back in the game as Kentucky's pulled it within 1 and a chance here to take the lead. Cambridge 3, no good, a little hard. Petty runs it down. They're going to call a tied up.
Knock down the easy layup. That's what you have to do to beat the #1 team in the country.
Boy, it is an absolute war to get the ball in against the South Carolina defense on inbound plays. Shear steps back for 3, and she knocks down her second triple of the game. And the Wildcats have taken the lead.
And that's one thing that if you give a team confidence in that first quarter, Shear hits a three coming out the back. Now the basket gets a little bit wider for those shots to go in, at least in their eyes.
Walker splits defenders off to Petty. Runs into Boston. Ball's on the ground. Loose ball. And they're going to call jump ball, so it'll go back to South Carolina. There's Dawn Staley, Hall of Fame coach, Hall of Fame player. Leveretter gets their hands in there, gets the steal off the Shear. Ahead they go, and Walker puts it in. And the Wildcats have a 4-point lead.
Kentucky right now is making it chaotic for South Carolina, and that's what they have to do on defense.
Amiri out front with the basketball, just pounding it. Shot clock down to 15. Another steal. Cambridge has it. She's going to go in on the defender, kicks it off to Walker. Cambridge back to Shear. Three. Good!
An excellent decision by Cambridge to kick that ball out and not try to score over two of South Carolina bigs.
The crowd here at Memorial Coliseum going wild as the Wildcats have opened up a 7-point lead on the #1 team in the country. And Cooke steps out of bounds. It'll be Wildcat basketball. Bria Beal has the defensive call on Walker. Here comes the double team. Walker gets out of it. Goes to the basket and lays it in off the glass again.
Walker is hyped right now.
Boy, great defense by the Wildcats. Fletcher, no good with the shot. Takes the body and the foul. She'll go to the free throw line. But more importantly, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. 60% free throw shooter, makes 1 of 2. Jenkins into the forecourt, back to Shear. Shear stops and pops and knocks it in.
And Shear is on fire right now.
Shear's got 15, Walker 13 to lead the Wildcats. 28 of their 31.
And look at Aliyah Boston just taking it herself to the basket.
That's using your size. And Kentucky gets a 5-second call.
But that is one I will say, since it is a dead ball turnover, Kentucky can set their defense up. I'd rather have that rather than them trying to throw it in and South Carolina getting a steal.
Boy, another big shot by Zia Cooke. How many times has she done that?
And we're used to seeing South Carolina get their offensive rebound. Now Kentucky getting some offensive rebound, trying to get another chance, but a turnover.
Yeah, Russell very athletic, but that ball taken away by Johnson. She goes all the way in and scores.
A nice take by Johnson.
Shear back into the basketball game for the Cats. She got about a 2-minute breather. Blair Green passed on the 3 and kicked it back to Shear. Under 10 on the shot clock. Maddie Shear, twisted her ankle and goes down. Slipped a little bit on the floor. And right back at him, and one is Cooke.
Zia Cooke, such a strong player, taking that ball to the basket, getting the and one. I mean, just look at that. Look at that move. She makes it look easy.
She's got 11 already. She's drawn Boston away from the basket. It's opened up the middle. Jenkins goes up and under and shot that ball and hit the bottom of the backboard. Ahead at Cooke. Cooke lays it in, and just like that, South Carolina has erased the 10-point lead, and they're on a 10-0 run.
And Zia Cooke so quick.
Shear's going to take it herself. Pulls back out with 5. Got to get the shot off. Aliyah does, but it's just off the front of the iron. Again, got to know where the clock is, and Amaya Jenkins didn't. Boy, Cooke comes all the way in with the one-hander, won't go. Battle for the rebound, goes back to the Gamecocks. And now Johnson pulls it back out front. Kentucky stays in the man-to-man. 1:30 to play here in the first half.
And that's what South Carolina is so good at. They might miss the first shot, but they're going after that offensive rebound.
Boston to Cooke. She lays it in again, and a foul. Ball never lies there. Oh, what a bad pass by Petty. You cannot do that as Johnson.
South Carolina is saying if Kentucky is going to beat us, it is not because of Maddie Shear.
There's the switch. Cambridge has got it. Now she kicks it back. 5 on the clock. Aliyah. Her shot good with 2 seconds left. So Kentucky gets the basket they were looking for by Aliyah, and they trail only by 4. Your thoughts of the first half?
You know, way to be patient with the basketball. Kentucky got out to a great start.
She leads this Wildcat team, averaging 17 a game. Goes right to the basket. Can't get it to fall. Boston with the rebound. Like that aggressiveness, though.
I do like the aggressiveness. Like I said, Zia Cooke.
Walker was such a force in that first half. She's going to drive on Boston again. Blair Green open. That's a miss. Missed everything that time. She is a much better shooter than that.
Walker's getting into the basket. So let's see if the Kentucky players who really haven't scored try to get their teammates who are hitting some open shots.
Inside it goes, and Kentucky didn't rotate back. Boston an easy basket, so South Carolina comes right out of the half and scores the first 4. Blair Green again fires. This time she makes it from mid-range. Kentucky back to within 6. Staying in that man-to-man defense. Right to the free throw line they go. Beal. 3. No good. Rebound comes away to Jada Walker. Here come the Cats running. Carolina back. Walker working on Zia Cooke. Now Benton. Benton and Beal. The cutter is Shear. She'll pull it out with 12 on the shot clock. Floater gets the shooter's roll.
And Shear, she finds a way to score the basketball.
17 now for Shear. Fletcher all the way up and under. Shot is no good, but a foul called inside on Leveretter. I think if it is, that's 3. Adebola Adeyeye. Fletcher. Shear looking to go inside now. There's the drop down to Benton. Benton step back off the glass. Too hard. Shear with the rebound. Little too quick with that shot there. She saw Boston there and just wanted to get it away, right?
Panicked a little bit.
Yep. Fletcher stops, pops, and good from about 6 feet. 8-point lead now. Wildcats cut it to 4. 4 quick points by South Carolina. And Kyra Elsie wants to chat with her team. So 7:22 to go here in the third quarter, and South Carolina leads it by 8, 45-36. Benton, Adeyeye, open jumper, good. Adeyeye now a couple of jump shots from 10 to 12 feet, both of them.
Yeah, and Benton really set that one up, driving the lane.
Cooke hard on that one. Benton drops it off to Walker. She wasn't ready for it. And Boston pulls it back into the offensive end. Beal drives left hand. That's going to be a foul. Beal not a very good free throw shooter. Just 4 of 12 coming into this game on the season. That's 33%.
But, of course, she knocks the first one down.
Yep. They have the second. So Benton, the trigger person underneath the basket. Gets it into Shear. Back to Benton. High arcing shot over the outstretched hands of Boston. Beal right down the lane she goes. She's fouled. She comes over the top, slide in underneath her, right?
Exactly. As long as there is not a shooter in the strong side corner.
So Beal misses the first. People want Chick-fil-A. Second one is good. If in the second half, an opponent comes to the free throw line and misses both free throws, free Chick-fil-A for everybody at the game. That's why they go crazy. Benton pops out. 3 on the way, and it's good! Robin Benton knocks down her first 3 of the game. Kentucky within 4. Get that shot in. Back in the game now is Cardoso. Camilla at 6'7" underneath. Cambridge on her, a big mismatch. So they've got the Twin Towers in right now for South Carolina. And Adeyeye gets the rebound. Out to Cambridge. Here come the Cats. 2-on-1 break. Cambridge takes it herself down the right side, pulls it back.
And that's a good decision by Cambridge, not to force the shot, but try to get a good look.
Benton's three was right there. Aliyah comes around with the rebound. Just off the mark for Benton. Fresh shot clock. It resets to 20 for Kentucky. Here's Benton again. Benton's kind of taking over the offense. And they're going to call that hands again on Raven Johnson.
If they miss the first shot, they get another opportunity to score. And when you're playing a team that's as good as South Carolina, you need all the opportunities you can get.
Walker wanted to throw that three, but she didn't. And she comes off the little screen, steps back. 7 on the shot clock. Benton in with the big, tall timber and lays it in off the glass.
Nice take by Benton. And, you know, like we talked about, offensive rebounds. They had the offensive rebound. Benton just took it to the basket. And now it's a 2-point game again.
And now the crowd back in the game here as Kentucky is battled back to within 2. Inside they go. And it's good. And that's just size. 5 seconds. Walker's got to do something with it. And right as the buzzer, the ball drops through the basket. Kentucky again within 2.
And that's what you call, she just found a way to put that in the basket.
Sheer will by Jada Walker. Zia goes all the way again, doesn't go down, but rebound. Letitia.
Nice take by Zia Cooke. She just couldn't get it to go.
Long 3-ball. Man.
And that's the thing. Kentucky is trying to focus so much on Aliyah Boston inside. Outside, 3-point shooters are open. South Carolina made the nice pass, and Johnson knocked it down.
Nice little give and go there. Petty will go to the free throw line. 2 pretty big free throws right here for the Wildcats, with Wildcats 2 of 5. Boy, Cambridge stepped inside the lane.
For another 2-point opportunity play.
Men, women, it doesn't matter. They cannot make free throws. 3 of 8 from the charity stripe for the Wildcats. 9 of 12 for South Carolina. 4-point game here as we go down the last couple of seconds, and it's just Cardoso getting great position and a perfect entry pass.
No, you can't draw that one up any better.
Under a minute to play. 6-point lead. Cambridge can't get her shot off, so now it's Shear. There's the drop down to Petty. She goes up and under and puts it in, but that was a nice move.
A very nice move, and I mean, that was good defense by Cardoso, keeping our hands high, but South Carolina, Kentucky, got the layup on the other end. South Carolina's so quick. And free throws are making the difference in the game right now.
11 of 14 are the Gamecocks. So 3-second difference in the shot clock and the game clock as Shear pulls it out. And Coach Elsey says, let's go, play basketball. Shear waiting on the pick. There it is by Petty. Back to Walker.
Kentucky being very patient right now.
Walker can't get it to go, and they're going to call a foul inside on Petty. Just free money right here.
Yes.
So Boston now with 15 points. Cooke leads them with 18. Leading scorer in the game is Zia Cooke. The only 2 in double figures for South Carolina. So you want to catch the ball going the other way. Here comes Cambridge. 3, 2, 1. And she can't get it on.
And great time awareness by Cambridge, but Cardoso.
59-51. So the Gamecocks get it to start this final quarter here. And they go right inside, which they've done all game, and it's thrown away. Walker gets in the passing lane and makes the steal. Walker's going to try to take it all the way up and under. Oh, gives it off the liberator. She wasn't ready. Boy, quickly down the court. Can't get it to fall, but right there with another offensive rebound. You've talked about it all night, Cardoso.
Cardoso just having to stick her hands up. The ball falls right to her, puts it back up. And Maddie Shear, another three-point shot.
Shear's got 20, 8 of 12 from the field, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. Johnson into the forecourt. Kentucky stays in the man-to-man. Zia drops it inside. Cardoso looking. Here comes the cutter. Johnson, she lost her defender, Benton, and lays it up and in.
And nice cut by Johnson.
But how about the pass?
Beautiful pass, but that's the thing. Cardoso's one-on-one with an undersized defender. I would like to see her face up to the basket. Maddie Shear again. South Carolina has got to be able to find her on the fast break.
Boy, Shear is having one of those nights, back-to-back 20-plus point games for Shear. Zia Cooke, she'll pull it out, slow things down a little bit. 7-point lead. Elbow jumper, good. Coming down to 7.5 minutes to play. Huge possession here for the Wildcats. 65-56. Shear off the screen, pulls it back out. Bad pass. Green, and they're going to call a foul. They're going to call the foul on Green. Maddie Shear and Zia Cooke putting on a show on the offensive ends for each team. You know Boston what she's going to do, but boy, Cooke again spins down, drops it down to Boston. .5% from the field. Misses the second, and here comes Kentucky. South Carolina trying to trap. Walker breaks it easily with the screen from Aliyah. Now to Benton. 7 minutes to play. Benton all the way up and under. They're going to call the foul on Cooke from behind. Giving it to the officials.
I guess they can't make all of them.
I think that's kind of quirky when they make the shooter Tucker jersey in. Blair Green and Boston. So here's Johnson again as she spins over the top, drops it down to Boston, and just like that, an easy bucket.
Great play.
So into double figures now, the lead for South Carolina. They've made 4 of their last 5 shots, and they steal it away here. It's Johnson. 3-on-3 break. Beautiful pass to Hall, and she lays it in. What a pass. Here's Benton. They've got to get a basket here. We're running down to 6 minutes in the game. They're going to call offensive Blair Green. So turnovers 13 apiece. This running clock gets it inside, step around, and basket up and good by Amir.
And Zia Cooke just making it look easy, going right around Kentucky's defense to get the assist.
15-point lead, largest of the game for South Carolina. Here comes Benton, spins over the top. Nice defense by Cooke, can't get anything away, almost lost the ball. 12 on the shot clock. Benton sneaks a look at the clock, and now she drives into the paint. So Benton back to the free throw line. Pretty good free throw shooter. And she gets into double figures as she hits both the free throws. Kentucky now 6 of 12, 50% from the charity stripe.
And this is a big possession for Kentucky's defense. And Aliyah Boston making it look easy to put the dagger on Kentucky.
Benton, 17-footer off the back iron. And Boston with yet another rebound. Give her a double-double. That's 21 and 10.
And look at how South Carolina just pushes the pace. Kentucky was not set back up for their defense. Beal just gets it down, gets the easy layup. Look at that rip through. Just her first step attacking the basket. Had Kentucky off guard.
Really impresses me is the speed of their offense with the ball. Shear's made a couple baskets, but not like the first half where she had 16.
And Kentucky just trying to find something easy to get them going right now. But excellent defense by South Carolina. Has 5 amazing starters, but their bench, you can roll people in and out all night long, and that's what makes them so good.
Aliyah misses a both. Benton keeps it alive, but right to Boston, and here comes South Carolina. 3-on-1 break.
And just running the floor again and making it look easy.
Boy, every time you think you've got an opening, a black jersey just jumps out in front of you. And there's a nice rebound there by Beal. Beal's going to take it herself all the way into the paint to the bucket.
Just a few minutes ago, it was still a tight game.
It was a 4-point game.
At the end, they hit you all at once and just keep pushing it, pushing the pace, making open shots, making it look easy to run the other team down.
Shear off to Walker. Walker, little running one-hander, no good. Now they're starting to pull away on the rebounding side of things.
I mean, just look at how they're pushing the pace. Walker's still attacking the basket. I will say, though, Kentucky, Shear again with the three.
Open three. She's no quitting that young lady. Kit's ahead of everyone down the floor with those big strides.
Look at those long legs, her stride, just going up strong with that basketball. But way to Benton not to give her an and one.
Back in the game, Amaya Jenkins for the Wildcats, a freshman.
And South Carolina with another offensive rebound.
Yeah, it never stops. It really doesn't. Chloe Kitt's a Max Preps second-team All-American coming out of high school, and
you would think so, yeah.
And yet,
whenever it was close, you got to make those calls.
Exactly.
But I think for Kentucky, they still need to keep playing hard, trying to create something.
And off the hands of Kentucky, Jenkins. So another chance for Carolina. And let's see. So they're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be a 5-point trip.
It goes back to her length,
yes.
though. She just keeps her hands up, goes after the ball and finds it.
Russell to Walker, 2 minutes left. Walker off the glass, lays it in again.
She really came to fight.
So another freshman comes in for South Carolina, Aliyah Cooper. All she was McDonald's All-American and a 3-time Player of the Year in South Carolina. Big shot there. That's her with the basketball.
.22 for 28 now.
Yeah, almost 80%.
Lucky.
Better be
the lucky bounce.
Lucky than good, right? As Russell dribbles away, gets it taken away. Just dribble it, not knowing where the defense was, and that was Bree Hall, the sophomore out of Dayton, Ohio, that puts it in. Cassidy Rose says, "Go on, let me take it. I got it myself." Russell looking for Jenkins inside. Nothing there. Here's Cassidy Rowe. 8 on the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock. Got to get a shot. Got to shoot.
And that's court awareness right now. I've been so impressed with South Carolina as they were down 10 at one point, and just the way they never looked like they were down like that, and they just have gradually worked their way back in, and now all the way 95-66.
Russell.
And I think
Aliyah right back to Russell. Russell goes up and under. Misses badly there. And rebound comes off to Cooper. And that will about do it. They can hold it out front for the final second. They do. For 3 quarters, this was a really good basketball game, but Dawn Staley's troops pull away in the fourth. They outscored Kentucky 36-15 and win it 95-66.